was trying to see through your flaws, 'cause I know that you got so much more to give. You made a real mess, but I miss you though, 'cause I can go to sleep when I'm alone again. Say you wanna fix our problems, how long should I be waiting? Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give in. I don't wanna see us going hard enough again. Baby, all I really want is only on from now. Every time I see a glimpse of your good side, I start wondering how I could make. You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in, but it's time now you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Good morning. Welcome back to another deadline stream on Saturday morning at almost 9 o'clock. You'll have to forgive me. The dog had me up at like 3 o'clock this morning. I couldn't get back to sleep. So usually like by now I've gone out and done like, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 steps. I'm feeling fresh ahead of the deadline stream. But actually I got up like 30 minutes ago. I had quickly showered and we are here ready to talk about FPL. I'm not prepared for this game week at all, by the way. I mean, I am prepared. I've thought about it a lot, but I've still not really come to a decision. And it's starting to... Jimenez just feels a bit meh. But if I don't go for him, I just don't really see who else I'm going to go for, to be honest with you. So I feel like Jimenez is almost like a default pick. I think I've come around to the idea of using the wildcard in Game Week 8. I don't think I can put it off anymore, which is part of the problem with having to wildcard in Game Week 8. There's not really a problem. I'm not going to go for St. Maximin. Did you see my tweet last night, right? So expecting... I know it's early and things could change, right? But if you do non-penalty expected goals so far this season per 90 minutes, Chris Wood has more than St. Maximin and Jimenez combined. I've even looked at Chris Wood. I know I kind of wrote him off yesterday in the video. But actually, if it was just for a 2-week punt, okay, Leicester away is a little bit tricky. If you could get one goal against Leicester, then you've got him against Norwich before wildcarding. I kind of like that. It's not going to be for 1 week because I'm going to wildcard. I won't wildcard next week. I don't want to wildcard in Game Week 7. No, unfortunately, I don't think Tsimikas is going to start because he started twice now in a row, hasn't he? Should I take a -4 hit to take out Adama and Bamford for Antonio and then Saar Benrahma? Don't know if the hit is worth it. I probably wouldn't take the hit. I know it's so tempting to go for Saar or Benrahma over Traore, but I would just do Bamford to Antonio for free and leave it at that and just hope that Traore gets something. Even if Traore got an assist, then it'd be very hard for the other two to make up the hit, I think, just for this week only. Obviously, they've got good fixtures after that as well, but I probably wouldn't do it, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, big week. I think the problem, like the wild card that I've looked at, it's actually like quite spread out with funds. It's like 4 big defenders, but still 4 midfielders and 3 forwards. So I'm having to have a benching decision every week. I wouldn't sell Reece James this week, no. So this is the team, right? So let me quickly walk you through the transfer. So this is where sometimes I just wish I didn't think about FPL so much, because look, this is the problem. So let's just say I'm wildcarding in game week 8. If I go for Jimenez, then it only leaves me with 0.8 million. So next week, when I'm going to play Shaw, Trent, and then one of Ayling or Veltman, and Veltman plays Arsenal, I've only got 5.3 to spend. So realistically, I'd have to get Semedo against Newcastle. It's not that bad, but it means no Chelsea players in game week 7. If I go for Chris Wood, which is something I didn't really think about when I was doing the video yesterday, I only thought about it later on, then I can do Ayling to a 6 million defender, so I can get any Chelsea defender for game week 7. But then if I'm wildcarding anyway, does that really matter in game week 8? So that's something I'm thinking about. Like, I could then bring in anyone. I'd probably go for Alonso or Reece James, and then I would wildcard this team in game week 8. The other option is just to go to Armstrong, because that gives me loads of money for next week. So Armstrong this week. In game week 7, Chelsea defender, let's just say it's Rudiger. So that's game week 7. Then in game week 8, I wish I had 2 free transfers this week. It'd be so handy. The whole plan was just to roll and have 2 free transfers in game week 7. It would have been so good. Bamford has completely screwed it up. No, I'm not going to go for more pay, because I just think he's got that. I think, is it Chelsea? No, it's, hang on, who is it? I mean, it's Arsenal actually, so it's not that bad. But I don't think Arsenal are pushovers. If I was keeping him maybe for 3 weeks, but Palace away and Arsenal at home, I don't think so. Yeah, Swat, like, I really do feel for you, but I don't really know what else to do or say. I don't know what the answer is to get your team back. Like, of course the emails change. That's what they do on compromised accounts. Like, when I used to work, well, when I've worked at companies before, you can see previous emails, so I'm guessing they can't. Like, you could see previous emails, so you knew that if someone was contacted on a different one, there was possibly something dodgy, then you could check the IPs and stuff like that. But I don't know what their rules are with it. So I don't have a... I wish I knew someone there, but I don't really have any contact with FPL, to be honest. I can't remember what I was saying now. Armstrong, yeah, game week 7, Rudiger in. Then game week 9, I'm okay with not... Sorry, I'm okay with holding Ronaldo till game week 9. Game week 8, I could get another Chelsea defender in. Let's just say Alonso, right? 0.9 in the bank, so I'm fine for money for this. So game week 6, game week 7, game week 8. In game week 9, I'd have to get Lukaku in, which is fine. I don't mind doing that at all. It's Norwich at home, so I definitely want that. And that doesn't seem that bad, but the problem is then Greenwood. What about Greenwood? Is he going to keep starting, and at what point do I get rid of him? So I might have to take a hit. And if I take a hit, am I just worth wildcarding anyway and not getting Armstrong for Chelsea in game week 7? So I think I can delay the wildcard, but I don't really know what I'm delaying it for. I don't have a plan to use it later on. So I feel like using it in game week 8 might just be the way forward, to be honest with you. What back 3 should I start this week? Trent Alonso, Rudiger, or Trent Alonso, Duffy? This week only. I feel like... I don't know, really. I mean, they are one of the best defences. I mean, I think you've got... You're right. You have to play Alonso because he's so attacking. So it's basically Duffy versus Rudiger. I'd probably play Duffy, sorry. I'd probably play Duffy over Rudiger, which sounds crazy, I know. But this is like one of the only weeks I would do that. The Duffy's goal threat is pretty good as well. Why is Crystal Palace away a green fixture for Brighton? Why wouldn't it be? Thinking about going 4-3-3 with Lukaku, CR7. Nah, not really. Not really planning on going for Ronaldo and Lukaku. So, I mean, I could do that. I mean, is it that bad? I mean, at some point, I can just take a hit for Greenwood if I need to. Like, keeping him for Villa, Everton and Leicester, if he's still starting, is not a problem. I'm sceptical about whether he would still be starting by that point, but we'll have to see. Now, Backman's got a knock, apparently. Not sure who to bench out of Cancelo, James, Semedo. I mean, that is tough. That is tough. Chelsea are at home, right? I can't even remember. Yeah, I'd probably... I mean, I feel like my gut instinct is to bench Cancelo out of those, but I don't particularly like it, but probably for this week only. Who would you hold Bamford? Who would you hold Bamford if you could, or still sell? If I had a better bench, I'd think about holding. I mean, there's rumours that he's out for more than a week, but they're just rumours. I haven't seen it from like an official source or anything like that, which is a bit annoying. Archie, wildcarding in game week 7, best striker 1 week punt, 8 million. For this week only. Let me have a look. I still feel like it might be Jimenez. I really do, unless you've got not got Antonio. I mean, only 8 million though, is it? How much you got? 8 million. If you don't want to go for... If you've got Antonio, you don't want to go for Jimenez, then someone like Armstrong or Rodrigo, maybe more pay, something like that. You could go Pookie, but Pookie's away as well. I feel like it's probably just Jimenez. The one thing I'll say about Jimenez is I did see an article this morning that like maybe he's getting a bit frustrated with the head thing he has to wear, the head protector, because he took it off. So he had a really good headed chance in the last game, and he didn't score it, and so he took his head protector off. And the manager has said that he's got to adapt. He has played 90 minutes every game, so I'm not massively worried about him, but maybe it's playing on his mind a little bit. The thing is, people say like he's afraid to head the ball. He's not. He's headed the ball like enough times so far, like just as many as any other striker, really. But yeah, no news on Rafinha. I think every single person on Twitter has sent me that video where he's on the bus. So he gets off the bus. So he's with the squad. So I'm not going to sell Rafinha now. And I think Ayling's with the squad as well. That's the thing. We're on about all these like defense, these injuries, and all these players that might play. There is a chance still that Ayling plays, and they play a pretty similar team to last week, just with Bamford out. So I mean, Leeds is still a good defensive target, but yeah. Any hope of a Game Week 15 wildcard was my soft intention, but it's too far away. Attacking Game Week 6, 7 and Game Week 8 feels way more aggressive. Yeah, I mean, if you can get through to Game Week 15, the problem for me is I feel like right now I'm just papering over the cracks every week. So like, I can get to 3 Chelsea players by Game Week 9, which I don't think is a problem, right? Of course, if you had 3 Chelsea players from Game Week 7, that's nice. But it's not the be-all and end-all because Man United are playing Everton. So I don't think there's a massive rush to ship them to Chelsea players. So it's not a huge issue, like papering over the cracks. But it's just like I've never got a bench to rely on, really. Although I guess if Ayling does play, I've got a bench. And then next week I play Ayling against Watford at home. So it's not, but the problem for me is I don't really know what I'm delaying it for. I don't like Game Week 15 is nice because Man United have got a good run of fixtures. But if I'm not getting rid of Liverpool players, I'm still going to have them over their good run anyway. So it's really just getting the Chelsea players out for Man United ones. So it's just like a flip of what we're doing now. Why even consider Jimenez? He hasn't scored a single goal. Unless you think he's never going to score a goal again. At what point do you get him in? Like, why would you always just wait for a goal? If you can be ahead of the game, then perfect. I mean, I'm sure other people thought that, like in the last week or two when they brought him in. But I don't really... I don't care if he hasn't scored. Like, he's getting enough shots. I got to be honest, his expected goal data is not that promising. But that can easily change in a few games. I think Newcastle at home next week is nice. I just don't think there's that many... Like, we can say that Jimenez is no good under 8 million, but who else do you go for? It's not like there's loads of standouts. I mean, Armstrong might be okay if you just want him for this week only. But I don't see a huge... Like, people looking at Watford defenders, attackers, Dennis and King. I mean, that's not a bad play because they've got 2 good fixtures now. But what happens when João Pedro starts getting minutes and stuff like that? I don't know. And let's not forget, right, Jimenez is a 90-minute man and he's on penalties as well. So maybe they get a dodgy penalty this week and he finally gets his goal and then maybe he goes on a run. He's not the kind of player that I would expect loads of braces from anyway. He's just someone that's going to tick over. He's the kind of forward that will get a goal and then get you a couple of bonus points and then you're just happy with 8 points. Yeah, if you can get Vardy in a straight shot for Bamford, I like that punt. But that's a lot more money. So unless you've got that sitting around in the bank, I'm not so sure about it. Yeah, I do wonder if Hwang will come in at some point, but I also wonder if he'll just come in and play for one of Traore or Trincao. Possibly, I don't know. If I've blocked you on Twitter, there's probably a very good reason. I don't just block people for the sake of it. Play Livramento or Marçal. Livramento's at home, isn't he? The thing is, someone's already asked me this for Semedo this week. So they asked me whether they should play Semedo or Livramento, and I think I said Semedo. I think I'd probably play Marçal ahead as well. I don't know. I mean, Livramento's at home and he is getting forward quite a lot, so I can see why you'd maybe want to play him. I'd probably go for the Wolves player, but it's close. It's close. If you've got a gut instinct to go for Livramento, I wouldn't massively try and sway you on that. You're 100% sure Torres is starting. Okay. Switch Tony and Fernandes for Lukaku and Havertz. No, it doesn't seem like that good a swap. Not this week. Maybe next week. Not this week. I think Fernandes has got Villa. I'd just keep him for that, to be honest. Shaw to Rudiger. Got 2 free transfers and no other moves. Yeah, you could do that to plan. I don't think it's the greatest move this week. I think Shaw is a better option than Rudiger, but if you've got no other move, if you're in that much of a luxury where you can do Shaw to Rudiger this week, then fair enough. Why is it good to have 2 free transfers in Game Week 7? Well, it's always nice to have 2 free transfers. It might stop you having to wildcard, but I mean, it depends on everyone's team. It's not like I'd like to have 2 free transfers, but I'm just not going to be able to, and that's just FPL. You just have to kind of adapt. You don't think St. Maximin's a good option? He's got returns in every game. Well, this is the thing. I don't really look at how many returns they've got. I'm very conscious of the fact that Jimenez hasn't scored, and I do feel like it is quite a big thing for him because he was out for so long. So he probably is getting quite frustrated. I feel like when he scores, we're going to see a big celebration, like a relief, just aggression. Because he must be frustrated. He was out for so long and he hasn't scored yet, and he's had the chances as well. So I'm conscious of that, but it doesn't affect my decision making. I'm more interested in kind of expected goals, how many chances they're getting. And so Maximin's expected goals per 90 are 0.16. There's probably some defenders with better than that or close to. It's just not that high. But it is a small sample size. Look, St. Maximin's probably going to play up front again this week. He will cause the Watford defence problems. So I think he's an okay punt. But the thing with Jimenez is, I said this on the video yesterday, he kind of hedges my bets a bit. So if he scores this week, well, then suddenly he's got a really nice fixture on and people will start thinking about him again. Then his price isn't going to go down or anything like that. And if I still want a wildcard in Game Week 8, I can. And if I don't want a wildcard in Game Week 8, then I don't have to because I've got Jimenez that I can hold all the way through. So it is kind of hedging my bets a little bit. I just don't like that when he hasn't scored yet, so you can't bring him in. Unless you think he's never going to score again, he's got to do it at some point. And the whole point of FPL is to guess when that's going to happen, right? We're always trying to predict when a player's about to go mad. Look at Sarr last week. It's not quite the same situation, but a lot of people said the same thing. He's out of form. Gray scored 3 and 3. Have you heard any mention about Gray this week? No. Everybody is trying to get Sarr in because he's just scored. So if Jimenez happened to get a brace against Southampton, I'm not saying that's likely, watch how the conversation changes in Game Week 7 when he plays Newcastle at home, one of the worst defences. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on the fact he hasn't scored yet. But yeah, honestly, last week it was all Gray scored 3 and 3. Gray scored 3 and 3. Saar hasn't scored since game week 1. He's not in form. Look at this week. Nobody is bringing Gray in that I've seen. It's all about Ismaila Sarr. And now suddenly it's, well, he's got good fixtures, but he had a good fixture last week, you know? Just like Jimenez this week. If it was at home, it would be a little bit better, I think. Any tips for Jota now Firmino is back? Keep him. There's a good chance, right, that you get this week, you maybe miss next week, and then you get the game after against Watford. So I would keep him, maybe reassess. It doesn't mean you have to keep him until that Watford game, but I'll keep him this week. He's going to play. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. I'm playing DS and Alonso in defence, 0-0 pending. Good luck. I have Bruno, Dennis, Ayling, 2 free transfers. Thoughts? Make some transfers. I don't know what the rest of your team is. I mean, do you want Bruno long term? You could maybe switch him and Dennis possibly to Ronaldo if you haven't got him. But maybe you've got Ronaldo, in which case I'm not really too sure. I mean, what are your thoughts? Start Livramento or Marcel. I'm going to say Marcel. Play Foster for Sanchez, and would you go Chelsea City defence? If I had Chelsea City defenders, I would probably play them, but it would depend who else I had, right? I'm going to play Sanchez over Foster, but it is close, I think. I could be persuaded to change my mind, but I don't think it's very likely this week, to be completely honest with you. The only... It is so... I don't know. I am tempted to switch, right? Because I've got double Palace defense... double Brighton defence. I don't know. He's at home, isn't he? The cycling GK. It would just be amazing if he got a big haul. But that's the problem. It's like you're wishing for that big haul. But it would spread. It would kind of spread the bet a bit. I wonder what the odds are actually for clean sheets. I'm assuming Brighton is ahead. The thing is, you shouldn't really spread your risk. You should just play the 2 best players, and I shouldn't be taking into account Veltman because I own Sanchez as well. Yeah, so I'm looking at FPL Salah on Twitter. He's got Brighton down as a 36% and Watford down as 33%. So it is close. It is close. Welcome, Sircorn. Or Sircorn. I don't know. If you wanted to play Foster, I don't have a massive issue with it. The fact that he's home is tempting me. It would just be so good if he scored, wouldn't it? It'd be so good. I'll leave him in for now and I'll see how I feel. Is Ramsdale going to be in your wildcard if he plays against Spurs? Possibly. I'm just a little bit worried about the fact that Leno might get a game here or there. So I don't know. I don't know is the answer. Possibly. Wildcard and Gameweek 8, best defender for 6 and 7. It's probably a... I wonder if it is just a Chelsea defender. If not, it's probably Semedo. Can't stop thinking about Antonio captain. I'll talk about captain in a minute if you want to. If you want to discuss it. The thing is, like, I feel like if you were already thinking about, hang on a sec. Let me answer this before we get on captain. Let me answer this question a sec. Best defender for 6 and 7. I mean, possibly Alonso, but realistically, I mean, if you got Luke Shaw and if you haven't got Luke Shaw and Trent, I mean, Trent's got Brentford, then Man City, which is a bit annoying. Shaw's got Villa, Everton. I mean, Shaw is just as good as anyone. Otherwise, yeah, possibly just go for if you don't want to go for Shaw, Trent, or Alonso or a Chelsea defender, then you could go for someone like Cresswell, Leeds without Bamford, possibly, and then Brentford at home, someone like that. Bamford, Rafinha, Ayling all flagged, and Torres and no bench. Bamford to Jimenez will add a hit and get rid of Torres. If yes, for who? I mean, Sarr is a pretty nice bet, yeah, for Torres. But I mean, you say they're all flagged, but do you have to play Ayling? Like Ayling's flagged for me, but he's second on my bench. So I think Rafinha's got a good chance of making an appearance today. So I would just do the Bamford move, to be honest. And it depends. Like if you want rid of Torres anyway, then you could just make that transfer to Sarr. I don't hate it, but I don't think you need to do it. Do I think my transfer will be last minute? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like at this point, if you've already missed all the price rises, there's no point in doing transfers. If like in my situation, I'm going to be sat here till 11 o'clock anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I might as well. I don't make them last minute for like any kind of reaction or anything. It's just that I might as well wait for all the information. Like if someone on Twitter says that Iheanacho is going to start, then well, I might go for him instead of Jimenez as a couple of weeks punt. Game week 12 wildcard after another international break and loads. Why do I keep losing all this? Oh my days! And loads of really good fixture swings, not just one team. Who has a fixture swings in game week 12 though that we won't already own? Let me have a quick look. I mean, again, I don't mind game week. I don't mind wildcarding later if you can get to that position. So in game week 12, let's look at the next kind of five. I'm looking on Fantasy Football Scout. So Spurs, yeah, I did notice Spurs last night. But then if you're going to go for Kane or Son, I don't know how the hell you're going to fit in Lukaku and Salah. Liverpool's fixtures are good, so you'd have to have Salah. Leicester's are good, but I feel like you probably would... Like, if Leicester and Spurs fixtures are good, are you really going to go without Ronaldo, who's got Watford away in game week 12, then Arsenal, Palace, Norwich? That's a tough sell. So if you're going to go for him and Salah... and you probably would want to go for Salah, then how the hell do you fit in Spurs players anyway? So you're right, that is a nice fixture run for Spurs and Leicester, but for Leicester, again, you're not going to be able to afford Vardy, probably, in which case it's one of the cheaper assets, which are probably easily transferred in. So I agree there is a bit of a fixture now. I actually noticed Spurs last night when I was doing my planning, but am I going to fit Son and Kane in? I just don't know if I am, to be completely honest with you. Keep Torres or go Rafinha or Benrahma. If you've got a free transfer, I'd be tempted to get rid of Torres. Would I bring in Rafinha this week? I think Benrahma's a little bit safer. Is it a problem to keep Bamford on the bench for a week? No. If you've got a good bench, you can do it. There's plenty of people that will do that this week, just like we did for Antonio last week. I just don't think I just don't think I can. I just don't think I can risk it with my bench, to be honest. Rafinha out for Salah and Brownhill out for Benrahma for a -4. If you're having to play Brownhill this week, I don't mind that hit at all. Depends whether you can play someone else, really. Dennis or Pookie? I would go for Pookie. Look, by the way, there's nothing wrong with Dennis, right? He has played quite a lot, and you do save a lot of money. And João Pedro has been out for a little while, so he might not just come straight back in. So I'm not saying that Dennis is really bad this week or anything, but long term, who knows? Ayling to Rudiger and start him this week. Yeah, if you have to play Ayling this week and you can get Rudiger instead, and then you've got another Chelsea defender for the next few weeks, then happy days. What about Morpay or Welbeck for Bamford? Yeah, I don't mind Morpay as an option. He's on penalties as well. He took the last penalty anyway. I don't think Gross... I can't remember if Gross was on the pitch or not. Someone in the chat will know. But yeah, Morpay, Palace, Arsenal, Norwich. It's not bad for the next three if you need a player for that long. Bamford, Bruno for Ronaldo and Salah for a -4. Love it. Love it. And play Rafinha or Bamford to St. Max. Play Rafinha and captain Salah. I mean, captaincy is up to you, right? I'll leave that to you. I've spoken about that enough this week. We might talk about it in a minute anyway. But yeah, Bamford, Bruno for Ronaldo and Salah -4. Happy days. I'd do that every day of the week. I wouldn't even be thinking about it. I'll have already done it, possibly. Salah, Ronaldo. Yeah, okay, right. We'll talk about captaincy. Well, I mean, I've already talked about it in the captaincy video. I would say Ronaldo just ahead of Salah, but it's so close that if you wanted to go for Salah, I don't care. I've got no issues with that whatsoever. And I think Antonio is behind them. I do. Like, I just feel like if you weren't already thinking about captain Antonio this week, I don't think enough has changed. You're hoping that there's a centre-back change and it's an inexperienced centre-back, but it could just be Ayling again. We don't know for sure that he's out. So it could just be Ayling centre-back, Dallas right-back, Firpo left-back, Cooper centre-back who plays a lot under Bielsa. Phillips in defensive midfield. And if Rafinha plays, the only actual change from the last team might just be someone else in for Bamford. And Rodrigo might play up front, or he might play in the 8. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I know the ins and outs of all the Leeds' possible tactics and changes. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like people saw Leeds concede 1 goal to Newcastle. Strauch's obviously not playing, neither's Llorente, and now suddenly Antonio's been elevated against one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. And I don't see Villa at home as a big issue, to be honest. Like, it's one of those situations where, yes, Villa is more difficult than Leeds, but Ronaldo and Man United are better than Antonio and West Ham, right? So I'm going to stick with that. Ronaldo, Salah, Antonio. Why is Welbeck underlooked? His expected goals is great. I did Bamford for Vardy for -4. I mean, people just aren't looking for Brighton forwards, I guess. There's loads of other options, and most people would probably go for more pay. But yeah, I've not even, if I'm completely honest, I've not even looked at his numbers, right? Let me have a quick look now. Come on. And again, it's small sample sizes, yada, 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 yada. His XG per 90 is 0.13, which is awful. That's worse than set maximum. But he's only played 3 matches, 2 starts. I just think more pay is a better option. What about... Yeah, I've talked about more pay. Will you put Ramsdale in your wildcard? Yeah, I already answered that one. Love your streams. I came 5th overall in Euro Fantasy Football. Wow, very nice. And I always listen to what you've got to say before committing. Very nice. 5th overall is huge. How far away were you from first place? Trossard has 16 points in the last 2 weeks in good fixtures, but no one's talking about him. Your thoughts? Yeah, I just think, like, if you think about how people's midfields are set up, Benrahma, Salah, Rafinha, Sarr are all players that people want instead. That's it, really. Trossard's a nice enough option, but I think there's just lots of other options. So he wouldn't go above most of those. When's Jimenez playing, by the way? Oh, he's not playing until tomorrow at 2. Oh, I might be able to watch that as well. I don't know if I want to watch him, to be honest. I don't know if I want to watch the pain in real time. Wildcarded last week with Jesus as a placeholder for Antonio this week, but having to do Bamford to Antonio now. Is it worth taking a hit for Jesus? You're overall ranked 100. You could just keep Jesus. He's probably going to start. I know it's not the most ideal fixture away to Chelsea, but he probably is going to start, so you don't need to take the -4. And who would you go for as well? -4 to Jimenez or someone like that? I'd possibly just keep him. Rafinha to Sarr or roller transfer. I mean, I mean, Rafinha's really annoying because you don't 100% know if he's going to start, but he has got Watford at home next week, so I'd probably hold him, I think. Wildcard active, Rudiger in and bench, very nice. Rodrigo up front, aggressive. Antonio captain, love this game, but it's mad sometimes. Yes, it is. Roll in next week for Lukaku in the week after. Fornals or Rafinha in now. Oh, I'm gonna say Rafinha. There is obviously a bit of a risk with that. I don't know. Maybe if you're already planning the transfer and you're wildcarding right now, maybe you should be a bit more risk adverse. Maybe you should be. Yeah, if it's just for the next 2 weeks and you've just wildcarded, maybe you should just go for 4 hours, to be honest with you. There is a chance that Rafinha misses out. We have to accept that. Bench Tony, play Rafinha or vice versa. Oh, see, Tony's playing Liverpool, but it's at home, isn't it? Oh, that is tough. I'd probably play Rafinha. Rafinha out for Benrahma or Sarr. Damien, thank you. Would you play Torres, Semedo, or Livramento? I'd probably. Oh, I think it'd be close between Semedo and Torres this week. I hate benching the attacker, although I know it's a pretty tough fixture. I'd probably play Torres. In fact, I know I would play Torres. That's just me. Take a hit, Smith Rowe and Bamford to Saar and St Maximin. I don't think you 100% need to take the Smith Rowe hit, but I do think he is potentially an issue like longer term. The thing is, Smith Rowe could play instead of Pepe. But Pepe could play instead of Smith Rowe. To Saar and St Maximin. I don't mind that hit at all, to be honest with you. But I think there is a chance Smith Rowe starts, so you could just do the Bamford move. Just play it a little bit more passive. Remember last week when I asked if you were going to play Foster over Sanchez? I think Foster outscored him last week as well, didn't he? Yeah, because Sanchez only got a 1 and Foster got some save points. Straight in with a 3-pointer. I'm tempted to do it. I am tempted to play him because I think it's so close in terms of the clean sheet anyway. I'm backing against St Maximin though. But I think Foster will get saves. When are Watford playing? 3 o'clock today, innit? Yeah. I'm not going to be able to track those games very well. Maybe I'll do the match of the day challenge tonight. Okay, if I do the match of the day challenge, I've got my Ronaldo captain, Greenwood and Shaw. I've got Rafinha possibly, and I've got Sarr and Foster. So I've got 6 players, and Liverpool, Salah, Trent. So I've got 9 players playing today, and then just Jimenez and Veltman after that. So I might do the match of the day challenge today. And for anyone that asks what is that, that means you don't watch or track any of the scores. You just watch match of the day in the evening. Who to bring in for Torres, or should I keep? I mean, that depends. If it's for a hit, I would probably just keep him. If it's not, then you got Sarr, Benrahma, the usual. I'm not going to be able to watch the 12:30 game. I'm not going to be able to watch the 3 o'clock game. So it's only Liverpool versus Brentford that I'd be able to possibly watch anyway. So I might do it. As always, I haven't missed any super chats, but there's a lot, so it's going to take some time to get through. No, I'm not going to be able to stream it. So if I do the match day challenge, it will just be at home. I might react on Twitter, but I won't be able to stream it. Match day challenge with 9 of your players is horrible though. Who's play Rafinha or Tony Rafinha? Thoughts on Hwang in for Pookie? I would just keep Pookie. There's no guarantee that Hwang starts, by the way. I mean, I'm sure if he keeps playing well, he will at some point, but there's no guarantee of that right now. Alonso or Duffy today? I think because it's Alonso, I think you've got to play Alonso. If it's a different Chelsea defender, I'd possibly play Duffy. Well, I think triple captain not till double game week. Not for a while. Should I sub Ferran Torres for Dennis Watford? I mean, Dennis should. Excuse me. Dennis should play this week, right? Can we really bench Torres for Dennis? I think Dennis will start this week. I'm going to say bench Torres for Dennis. It's close, though. It is close. We should take a -4 to get rid of Amati or Ailing. It depends. It depends. Like, are they your only options to play? If not, then I wouldn't. Yeah, I've already said that I'm pretty much doing Bamford to Jimenez. I'm not trying to hide that. I'm just not doing the transfer until I absolutely need to. I don't think I'm gonna go for anyone else. So I might take a -4 for Ailing, but it depends who you can go to. You could just risk Ailing this week. Amati's not going to play, so if you're relying on him, you're kind of screwed, I think. Head-to-head versus Salah captain. Should I CR7 captain or Salah? I mean, I don't really play much head-to-head, so I don't know what the strategy is, but if the rest of your team is very similar, then you could differentiate with Ronaldo captain. Yeah, I mean, I think he's slightly better anyway, but we're talking tiny gains. Best long-term replacement for Bamford under 7 million. I'm going to say Adam Armstrong. Double Chelsea defence or 1 Chelsea, 1 Man City. If it's Diaz, then you could go Diaz. I don't know, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like right now I'm thinking double Chelsea defence. But there's nothing wrong with 1 Chelsea, 1 City. I just think the reason for double Chelsea is because realistically I want Rudiger as my main man. But then I want to take a punt on someone more attacking. Like Alonso or Reece James. Bamford and Torres to Jimenez and Sarr for a hit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Torres out is worth a hit necessarily. I don't hate the move either. I really don't. But definitely Bamford to Jimenez, yeah. Thanks for the fantasy help. Videos are fantastic. Good luck with your fantasy teams this week, Ken. Connor, thank you very much. Good luck to you as well. Bamford and Rafinha to Jimenez and Sarr from -4 to enable Chelsea defenders next week. If you really need to, then maybe. But I probably wouldn't take the Rafinha hit. Strong feeling to go for Lookman over Sarr next 2. Good luck. Good luck. Replace Traore or Jota or roll the transfer. Roll the transfer most likely. Play Rafinha first sub Ailing or take a -4. Play Rafinha. Bruno to Sarr. Bruno to Sarr, Dennis to Vardy, have Antonio and CR7. Oh, if that's for you got 2 free transfers, haven't you? Bruno to Sarr, Dennis to Vardy. I like that punt. Obviously, I don't know what your long-term plans are for like wildcard and stuff, but I mean Dennis is fine. But yeah, I like the Vardy punt, and you get Sarr as well. So I kind of like that, to be honest with you. Should I play Shaw or Duffy? You got to play Shaw. Play 2 of Reguilon, Livramento, and Marçal. Reguilon against Arsenal away as well. I don't like benching players like Reguilon. I really don't. I mean, Reguilon is away, isn't it? The thing is, he's got so much like attacking potential as well. I feel like Reguilon's the one to bench, but also if they happen to keep a clean sheet or if he happens to get an attacking return, you wouldn't be that surprised. It's away. So's Marçal, but it's against Southampton. I think you probably bench Reguilon, but if you're not happy about it, I wouldn't be happy about it either. Harvey Barnes and Jimenez or Gray and Benrahma. Ooh, for this week, Gray and Benrahma. Can you not go Jimenez and Benrahma? I'm confused about that question because Harvey Barnes is more expensive than the other 2. I mean, Jimenez and Gray this week. Jimenez and Benrahma for the next 2. But if it has to be Jimenez and Barnes, I don't mind that punt. Bamford to Jimenez -4. If not, I have to play MacArthur. Yeah, I don't mind that -4. Depends if you want Bamford for next week. It's just, will he be available? That's what's so annoying. It'd be amazing if we get some news on Iheanacho. That's what we're waiting for. Do. Should I play Duffy instead of Marçal? Yeah, I probably would, yeah. Would you play Sanchez over Sarr as goalkeeper this week? I don't know. I feel like Southampton or Palace, I probably would play Sanchez, I think. Do. Do you need to make a change? Duncan, that's completely up to you. But, I mean, the team looks pretty good. So, I don't know what changes you would make, really. Will Torres start? I have to take a hit to take him out. I think there's a chance he starts. But, I mean, this is Pep Guardiola and it is Man City. So, there we go. I don't know what more I can say. I'd probably keep him rather than take a hit. I've said that already. From Thep, play Alan or Cody? Cody. Holding Bamford, Alonso or Basuma this week. Alonso. Bamford and Lukaku to Ronaldo and King for next 2. I wouldn't take Lukaku. I probably wouldn't do the Lukaku to Ronaldo move. I know he's a better captain this week, but if you're going to want Lukaku straight back in game week 7, then I just don't think you take the hit for Ronaldo. So I would just do Bamford to someone instead. Sidan, thank you very much. Michael, worth flagging Rafinha called into Brazil squad. Brazil played day before Leeds fixture in game week 8 at Southampton. Is Saka a decent option? Yes, I like Saka. I don't know if I would get him now, though, for Rafinha. But possibly, yeah, on game week 8. Wildcard. Is Rafinha playing? I don't know. Is the honest answer. I hope so. Would you take a -4? No. Bamford and Brownhill to Armstrong and Sarr for a hit. Yes, if you're having to play Brownhill this week, I like that hit. Yeah, Rafinha's on the coach. Rafinha's on the coach. Oh, apparently Iheanacho's not starting. So they're still playing the... it looks like they're still playing the 4-2-3-1. Unless Daka's going to play, but I doubt it. God, I'm really hungry. I don't know if you can hear my stomach rumbling from the mic. I've not eaten this morning. I have 1.2 million in the bank. Should I upgrade Alan sub to Odegaard in midfield or Marcel to Rudiger in defence? I mean, what's your long-term plan? I feel like double Chelsea defence is pretty nice. So that's probably where I would go. Ings to Jimenez worth it for a -4 or do it for free next week. I can't even remember who Villa are playing, if I'm completely honest. I should know this. Oh, Man United away. It's not good. For a hit, though, I don't think I would take a hit. Would I? Spurs away then as well. A hit, though. I mean, Man United just always find a way to concede. Like, and if anyone's going to do it, it'll be Danny Ings. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't think I would take the hit. I don't think I would. I can see why you're tempted, though. You can't trust me thinking about food. I never eat before this stream. So, you've been trusting me for the last 5 weeks. The only difference this week is because the dog had me up at like 3 a.m, I didn't get back to sleep for a while. I haven't been for my morning walk this morning. So I've not done any steps. I'm on like 452 steps. Usually I'm on like 6,000 by now. I had a dream last night that I did Mount to Lingard. I woke up and did it. Follow your dreams. What a crazy... I mean, Mount is going to miss out, but Lingard ain't going to start. So that's a weird one, but fair enough. Start Simicast or White. Simicast ain't going to start, so it's got to be the other one. It's a shame. If Simicast was starting this week, it'd be amazing. It would solve all my issues. I'd probably just... If Simicast was starting, I'd probably just bench Bamford and play Simicast and just be done and roll the transfer, but not good. Not good. Use this towards ordering some breakfast. Where I live, you can't even order a freaking takeaway in the evening, let alone breakfast. Like I always think about like living somewhere like London. Like I wouldn't really like it, just the busyness and stuff. But being able to get anything you want, pretty much, like food wise, there's probably takeaways for breakfast in the morning. It'd be so handy. But also, it wouldn't be good for the wallet. You got Armstrong in, can hold him for the good run and focus on bringing in Chelsea players. Yeah, I like it. If you're happy to, if you've used the wild card or you're happy to potentially put it off, then I do like Armstrong in this week. I really do. If you had a better fixture in game week 8, like it wasn't Chelsea away as well, it just makes it harder, then I would definitely consider bringing him in this week and just, again, a bit like Jimenez, hedging my bets. I just don't like that. What would annoy me is if I bought Armstrong in and then I ended up wildcard in game week 8 and had to play him against Chelsea because I don't really have the squad to bench him. I know you'll make a transfer last second, either Saint Maximin or Jimenez. Well, I'll tell you right now, it won't be Saint Maximin, and it probably will be Jimenez, like I've said all stream. Would you bench Rudiger or Duffy? Rudiger. Ronaldo or Salah for the next 7? Probably Salah. It's always going to be Salah. Thomas, thank you very much. Pookie is the best. Yeah, Pookie's a great option because he's on penalties as well. I don't mind Pookie at all. Should I get rid of Torres? If so, for who? I mean, who are you thinking about getting rid of him for? What would you do if you would play your wild card? I would pick a sick team. Probably. Get Chelsea players. Keep Ronaldo. Would you bench Duffy, Semedo, or Tony? Oh, not Tony. I hate benching attackers. I'd probably bench Semedo for them. Lodge, you've done 9k steps already. Very nice. I usually do like 5,000-6,000 in the morning. Eat around 11. But today, like my whole... Oh, I'm so tired. My whole routine's off today. Just because of the freaking dog. Have White and Regular in defence, so I take a hit to transfer them out? No. I don't think so. Not for a hit. Very hard to make up a hit back on a defender. You've almost got to definitely nail the an attack and return. Play Sanchez or Foster. I mean, answers on your screen right now. That could change though. I don't know why I still have Bruno. He's not. Has he been that bad? I think he's blanked last 20. He was a bit unlucky not to get a return the last game. You know. What's my opinion on Son? I feel like Spurs just aren't really clicking right now. He's just too expensive to fit in. Maybe at some point, like we spoke about earlier, there is a bit of a fixture swing around game week 12, so possibly could look there. Are the Irish nice to you, considering you're English? The Irish are very nice to me, yeah. How set am I on Ronaldo captain? I'm not changing it. I'm 100% set unless we hear news that he's injured, which we ain't going to get. Is Rafinha starting? I don't know. If not, game week 7-8 wildcard, then when later is a good time? When you need it. When you need it. Best 7.5 or under for a wildcard. Best 7.5 or under what? Midfielder, forward? If it's forward, just go for Jimenez, I think. Rafinha Bamford for Jimenez and start. I wouldn't take Rafinha out for a hit. Just do the Bamford move. Irish or Scotch whiskey? Neither. I ain't drinking no whiskey. Will Simicast play this game week? Nah. Carlis, how's it going? 3 months. Member, absolute legend. Oh, I didn't know you could add a message. Is that because you've just hit 3 months? Because if so, that's pretty cool. Get Lukaku and 2 Chelsea defenders, or Lukaku plus 1 Chelsea midfielder and defender. Right now, I'm thinking about defenders. I think there's quite a few other midfielders like Rafinha, Sarr, Benrahma, Saka, Salah. So I'm on 2. I would be thinking about 2 Chelsea defenders right now. Start Reece James or Duffy. I feel like you've got to start Reece James. I think the attacking potential is just there. There is obviously a chance he doesn't start, but I think he probably will. Livramento and Duffy coming off my bench, not bad. I have Rafinha and Bamford. Roll the transfer or get Jimenez in. You could roll the transfer because Rafinha might play, so you've got Livramento or Duffy coming in for Bamford. That's pretty nice. Bench Rafinha and play over Williams or Gilmore or take a -4 for Sarr. I would just play Rafinha. Bench Diaz, White or Duffy. White. Taking third -4 to get Sarr and Antonio captain. Nice, good luck. Nikhil. Sanchez, Trent, Alonso, Livramento, Sofao. Nice. Buemo, Ronaldo. Looks good. Zaha in for Torres this week. Zaha's an interesting one. We haven't really talked about him much. Obviously, the fixtures get slightly better, I think, from this week. Brighton and Leicester, Arsenal. Do you know what? Yeah, go for it. I don't mind that move at all. If it's for free. How will Wolves perform this week? I've heard that Jimenez is going to score a hat-trick, but I can't confirm or deny whether that's true or not. Play Cancelo, Rudiger, or Cody. You can only play one of them. Oh, not. I don't think Cody. I think Cancelo. Chelsea are at home, aren't they? You got Rudiger. Probably Rudiger. Duffy or Rafinha. Rank Cristiano, Salah, Antonio. I feel like I've done this all week. Ronaldo, Salah, Antonio. Rafinha to start for -4 or start Duffy. Start Rafinha. Start Rafinha and have Duffy first bench. Foster or Raya? You can't play Raya over Foster this week, surely. What am I doing with Bamford? I'm going to sell him for Jimenez probably. I just don't think I don't even know what I'm looking again at like future transfer plans, because I feel like I've looked at this enough. I just don't think Adam Armstrong is a good enough move for me. I'm probably going for Jimenez. I'm not even going to look at it again, I think. Bench boost with Foster, Duffy, Tony and Gilmore. I feel like you can probably do better than that, so I'm going to say no. It's not awful, though. It's not awful. Yang, swap Traore for Sarr. I have one free transfer left. Thinking of saving it, but again, so tempted. I think you could save it, but I certainly wouldn't do it for a hit. I think you can save the transfer and keep Traore one more week, but I do prefer Sarr for the next 2. So you could make the move, especially if you're going to wildcard soon anyway. But it depends on whether that transfer is going to be useful for you like soon. Best Chelsea midfielder to bring in. I mean, I wouldn't want to bring in any this week. I think if you bring someone in this week, you've probably got to go for Havertz, because Mount is he's going to miss this week. Like, people looking at Kovacic, but I don't know. I feel like Kovacic would have to show me something over a longer period of time than suddenly thinking that he's a good option. I don't know. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. He is nice and cheap, though. He is 5.2 million. So it's proper cheap. Gully, thank you very much. Brendan, Rafinha for Sarr or Jota for Sarr? Neither. If you have to do one, that is tough, because Jota's probably going to start this week and Rafinha's a doubt. So I feel like you've got to do it for Rafinha, but I probably wouldn't do it at all. Thoughts on Josh King versus Dennis, budget striker? I mean, Josh King's playing out and out like through the middle. Dennis keeps getting minutes. It's just what happens when João Pedro comes back. I'd possibly go for Josh King, but I mean, both of them are just like, whatever kind of players, you know. The thing is, like, what's his name? Dennis has kind of played all the way through, so maybe I shouldn't write him off so quick. I think. How many? Yeah, King's had 3 starts now. I'd probably go for King if I had to bring one of those in this week. Rafinha or Benrahma? Benrahma, because you know he's going to start, right? Bruno and Tony for Ronaldo and Sarr for a hit. Easy. Bench Rafinha or play great? I guess you've got to play great this week. Who's better long-term option, Rudiger or Alonso? I mean, I still feel like if you're going to go for one Chelsea fan, it's got to be Rudiger. I know it's boring, but he's going to play pretty much every week. Can't see your team. It's blurry. Try changing the resolution for the stream. What was I going to say then? Yeah, Foster. I think I'm probably going to play him. I don't know. Some of it's probably because he came on the channel and stuff. I don't know. Oh my god. Like, usually I would play Sanchez because he has got slightly better clean sheet odds. And that shouldn't, like, the fact that I'm doubling up shouldn't affect one of my decisions. Like, the fact that I've got Veltman, like, the Foster versus Sanchez thing should be an independent decision over having Veltman, but he's at home. There's save points there. Imagine if he, like, saves. Imagine if St. Maximin gets a penalty because Wilson's not on the pitch and then he goes and saves it. I mean, I'm picturing the dream. What will probably happen is he'll concede, get 2 points, and Sanchez will get a 6-pointer. Or this will be the week where Sanchez make loads of saves because Crystal Palace aren't that bad. Play Livramento, Shaw, Rudiger, Sarr. Okay. Wildcard active, Saka or Duffy? Probably Saka. Bamford to Jimenez -4 or play MacArthur? I'd probably take the hit, I think. I just wouldn't want to play MacArthur. How much can Sarr punish non-owners? I mean, he's got a goal in him for sure. for sure. Rudiger or Semedo? I think for this week I'd go Semedo. Long-term Rudiger for sure. Sissoko or Traore? Come on, Traore's not that bad. You're playing Sissoko ahead of him, surely. Gundogan, Tony to Benrahma, Jimenez for a -4. I mean, Tony's got some dodgy fixtures. Gundogan's not with the squad, I don't think. So I don't mind that hit at all. No, I like it. Again, I don't think you need to necessarily get rid of Tony this week for a hit, but I don't mind the players you're bringing in. I'm bringing in the Chelsea midfielder next week, but don't know anything about their players, so need a tip for which one to bring in. I'd probably go for Mount, but let's see if he's fit next week. Play the cycling GK. Yeah, I know. For a bit of fun, can you create your take on the perfect free hit team? Nah, because I haven't really thought about it, so I'd just be quickly mashing something together. I don't think it would be that valuable, to be honest. Until we get some free hit weeks, then I'll possibly look to do it. Torres out for Sarr for free. Yeah, I like that. Benrahma or Sarr in for Rafinha. I'd probably say Sarr, but I am a little bit worried about not owning Benrahma. Like, if we got news that Rafinha was not starting, I'd possibly even take a hit to get Benrahma. Rudiger or Alonso for Ayling this week. I think I would probably go for... If you're going to get both eventually anyway, I'll go for Alonso first. Bringing Antonio back in, brought in Jesus as a punt on last wildcard last game. Do I do a -4 to get him out, and for whom? No, I would just keep him rather than do a -4, I think. Grealish to Antonio for -4, says Rami. I don't know how that works. I don't know who the other players are in that scenario, but yeah, I don't mind that at all, I don't think. Is Ronaldo needed this week? I mean, he's a very, very good option, but he's not like essential or anything. What if the cycling GK doesn't start? He should do that, right? I mean, if Backman's a doubt, why would you risk him when you got Foster, you know? Transfer out Bamford, got back Antonio Nice. I have Jimenez Ronaldo too. Job done. Job done indeed. Job done indeed. Torres, Rafinha, Ayling, Veltman, Semedo, bench 2. Ayling for sure. Probably Veltman. Veltman or Torres, the other one. Probably Veltman. Torres to Zaha or Fornals or hold. I kind of like the Zaha punt, to be honest. So I'm going to say Zaha. How long? Oh god, we've only been going an hour. We've only been going. Not that I'm like waiting to go. It's just a weird morning for me. My routine's all over the place. Gray in for Torres. I don't mind Gray as a 1 week pump. I don't think he's that great over the next 2. I'd prefer someone like West Ham midfielder or a Sarr, I think. I haven't replaced Bamford yet. What's the rush? 500,000 subscribers before the end of the season. No, but we could hit 250,000, which would be really nice. $250,000 has got a nice ring to it. The only problem, after $250,000, then it's just like 300, 350, 400, 400. Then you are waiting for the $500,000, which is a long time for an FPL channel, I think. Play Dyer or transfer Bamford to Jimenez, free transfer. I would definitely do Bamford to Jimenez, I think. Decore and Antonio for a -4 this week. Possibly, it depends who you're taking out. Thoughts on Tomiyasu in for Ayling? I've thought about getting Tierney in for Ayling. I can do Ayling to Tierney. I've got enough money, then I could bench Bamford. I just don't like the idea of bringing in an Arsenal defender this week against Spurs. Like, if you're having to play Ayling, then yeah, possibly. If you're not, you could just bench him. I wouldn't probably do it. Yeah, I have thought about that. I can do Ayling to Tierney, and Arsenal got some nice fixtures coming up. I wish they had a slightly better fixture this week, and that's probably what I would do. I would just bench Bamford. I mean, I'm going to be annoyed if Bamford's back next week. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, no, I do like Tierney this week. I do. Sorry, I do like Tierney in general. I'm not sure about this week just because he is playing Spurs. I could see someone like Tierney being on Wildcard possibly. I don't think anyone. Where would anyone have announced that Rafinha's starting already? How would the media team have announced that? Like, the game's not till 3:00. I have one free transfer and 1 point in the bank. Should I transfer out Tony for someone like Samaxo and Jimenez, or save the free transfer and play either of Tony Livramento? I don't think playing Tony or Livramento is a problem, but what is your long-term plan with Tony? He's got some dodgy fixtures coming up. You don't need to make a transfer, though, for sure. But I don't know what you're thinking of doing next week, I guess. Bench Torres or Dennis? Torres, probably. Sarr, I wouldn't take the hit. Sarr for Barnes. Barnes is on my bench, by the way. I'm using 3 or 3, and I could bench Dennis. Should I roll the free transfer to 2 Chelsea players? I mean, that kind of question, right? I feel like that's an all-over-the-place question. It's 3 completely different things. Should I get Sarr for Barnes? I'm playing 3-4-3, so you could bench Dennis. For who? Or should I roll the free transfer for 2 Chelsea players? Like, that's a decision you need to make. Like, do you want the 2 Chelsea players? If you do, then does making a transfer this week affect that? And if so, should you not do it? Possibly. Like, only you can decide if you want 2 Chelsea players. And if you do, and those transfers are going to affect doing that, then you just have to not make the transfers. Gray's got Norwich. Yeah, I like Gray for this week. I definitely do. I'm not saying he's a bad option for sure. Pookie or Armstrong? I think Armstrong's better long term. Mohammed, thank you. I'm on a wild card. Sarr, Saka or Bowen? Sarr. Everyone loves a bit of Sarr this week. If we do get any early team news, like, I will let you know straight away. I'm not going to withhold it from you, but so far, yeah. There ain't none so far. Play one of Livramento, Semedo, or Tomiyasu. Semedo. Livramento or Sofao, who to bench? Oh, that's tough. The thing is, Livramento's at home, but without Bamford, possibly. I'd probably play. I've forgotten who you said. I feel like probably Sofao. Veltman or Alonso, or play both for Jota or Gray. No. Just play Alonso, bench Veltman. Play Cody or Livramento. Livramento, I think. I would play Marçal and Semedo ahead of Livramento because of attacking potential as well as clean sheet, but Cody just doesn't really have that. Rafinha or Torres to Sarr. Torres. Picked up Alonso for Game Week 1 and jumped on Sarr early enough. Very nice. Currently 12k. Very nice. Got my eyes on Grealish from Game Week 8. Very nice. Stats look good. Is he on your mind too? Possibly. I mean, from Game Week 8, it could be an Arsenal midfielder as well. Saka or Pepe, possibly. So let's see. It could be Torres. If Torres is still starting, I'm not completely against bringing him in on a Game Week 8 wildcard. On wildcard, thoughts on Lukaku, CR7 and Salah? Yeah, I don't particularly like it. I think you have to sacrifice too much. That's basically my thoughts on it. Two free transfers, don't want it to burn. Should I do Jota or Rafinha to Sarr? It frees up funds for next Chelsea, but don't want to remove Rafinha. Then do Jota to Sarr, I guess. Again, I wouldn't want to do it this week, but if you don't want to burn a transfer, there's no harm in doing some planning, right? It's not ideal, but sometimes there's not ideal news. Chances of early City team news, I don't know. I guess there's a chance. Could happen, might not happen. 50-50, it either does or it doesn't. I don't know. I don't have any particular sources for this stuff. I'm just looking on Twitter, really. Joseph, thank you very much for becoming a member. You've done Bamford to set maximum. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I mean, him. Am I really playing Foster? I don't know. Should I expect something for Trincao or switch him to Gray? I'd probably keep him. Oh my god, my stomach is rumbling so bad. Start Liveramento or Marcel. Captain Antonio or CR7. Should I bring Jimenez in place of Bamford? Then who should I bench? Cody or Liveramento? Cody. Should I bench Bamford? Do you want him next week? You need to ask yourself that. Like, if he's back next week, will you wish you would have kept him? And if yes, then yeah, you could just bench him and play both Cody and Liveramento. What do you make of Hwang if he manages to get game time? It could be an option, but until that happens, I'm just not worried. It's the same with Edouard from Crystal Palace. Until he starts getting minutes, like from the start, I'm just not worried about him. Shakalaka, member for 6 months. Thank you very much. 6 months. That's madness. Holding Bamford till game week 8. Nice. Start Cancelo or Rudiger or both. I think I would go for Rudiger just because he's at home. I mean, both. It depends who else you have to bench, I guess. But out of the two, Rudiger. Rafinha to Barnes. No, I'd probably just keep Rafinha. I just think unless Rafinha is completely ruled out, I think he's okay to keep. Oh. I thought I accidentally clicked the stop stream button then. That would be a nightmare. I'm here for the last minute Simicast inside info. Simicast ain't starting this week. He ain't starting. If he was starting, he'd be in my team and I'd probably bench Bamford, to be honest with you. I really wanted to roll a transfer this week. I mean, I possibly still could. Roll a transfer. And just hope that one of Basuma or Ailing plays. But people have just put me off Bamford by all the rumours that he's going to be out for more than a week. I just don't know if it's true or not. That's the only problem. Fornals, Rice, Greenwood, Grealish, Kane, Rice got a couple of goals in him this year. He's world class, by the way. Let's see, Kai. Let's see. Veltman, thanks for that, by the way. Veltman for Liveramento. Veltman. Bench Rafinha due to injury or one of Veltman's Semedo. I'd probably just play Rafinha. Bench Marcel or Veltman. Marcel. Should I take a -4 to get Rafinha out? Probably not, no. I mean, having Tony on the bench is not an issue. Rafinha to Gray or someone else just for this week. I'd probably punt on an Everton player if I was just for 1 week only. So yeah, Gray's fine. You got a feeling Bamford's going to be out for a couple of weeks. I know, people keep saying that, but the problem with these rumours is you don't know if it's just started from someone randomly saying. That's the problem with Twitter sometimes. Someone will just say, oh, I think he could be out for a few weeks. Someone else will report and say, oh, I've heard that he's out for a few weeks. And all they've done is heard it off of someone else that's just guessing. Like, if he's back next week, I'll be gutted I don't have him for Watford at home, I'll be honest. Rafinha and Tony to set Maximin and Sarr sound good. Sounds good to me, yeah. I don't particularly like Set Maximin, but I know a lot of people do, so... Bench Bamford and play Smith Rowe. Jimenez in for Bamford, or hit and Jimenez and Sarr for Bamford and Smith Rowe. Wildcard game week. I wouldn't take a hit if you're wildcard in a couple of weeks. Just yeah, it depends. If you've got plans for next week's transfers, then you could save. If not, then yeah, just do Jimenez in, I think. Basuma will get some minutes. Yeah, it just feels a bit passive, doesn't it? Because if he's not back, then I've got to make the move next week anyway. And that still scuppers the Chelsea plan. So, don't know. I'm probably just going to transfer him out. Torres, Bamford, Rafinha to Sarr, Jimenez, Greenwood for a -8. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. The most I would take is a -4 for Sarr and Jimenez, and just keep Rafinha. Sarr or St. Maximan? Sarr. Hold on to Rafinha or hold on to him. Yeah, hold on to him, I think. Great work on the videos, Christian. Thank you very much. Like the stream, people. Let's get the likes up. Yeah, hit that like button on the stream if you haven't already. There's loads and loads of people watching. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We've got 45 minutes until the deadline. I'm getting pizza today, so I'm happy about that. Just thought I'd let you in on that info. We're going out for pizza for lunch, so that's good. Traore, today is the day. Seb, you said that last week. You said that last week about Traore versus Sarr, and look what happened. Look what happened. Seb's having a great time, isn't it? Ryder Cup this weekend. He's going to be loving it. Fancy Antonio, Lukaku, Salah and Ronaldo long term. No, not really. I still think 2 premiums is the way I'm going to go, but I'm willing to have my mind changed, but it's not been changed yet. Play 2 from Semedo, Duffy, James and Livramento. James and... I don't know. Semedo and Duffy. Benching Reece James doesn't feel right, though. Semedo and Duffy. I don't like it, though. Can you say whatever it may be? Whoever it might be. Live Score and Fantasy Football Scout both don't have Rafinha in their predicted lineup. I know, it's a risk. It's a risk. But unless I know for sure, I'm keeping him. How good's Live Score, though? I mean, Rafinha's able to... Rafinha's able to walk from a coach to a hotel room. So hopefully that also means he can run around for 90 minutes. Bench Rafinha and start both Livramento and Marcel. I'd probably just play Rafinha and hope. Favourite pizza topping? I'm a bit like I'm a kind of meat feast kind of guy, you know. Today, right, we're going to Milano, so I'll probably get chicken and like they do like Endua sausage or something like that. It's quite Endua. It's like Nduja, something like that. Seb Traore. I mean, I wouldn't be selling him like I said to people earlier. But I also wouldn't be hoping that he outscores Sarr. Sarr is the king. Thoughts on Torres to Sarr and Bamford Jimenez for a -4? Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't think you need to take Torres out for a -4, but getting Sarr in is quite nice, I think. Plus, you save some money, right? You got Bamford and Ayling plus 7.7 million. Straight swap for Jimenez and Rudiger. Or am I missing something? Yeah, it's not a bad long-term move, especially if you have to play Ayling this week. Torres to Sarr and play Sissoko, Bamford Jimenez, or both. You definitely don't need to take the hit, but I also don't mind it. So I'd possibly take the hit in that scenario rather than play Sissoko. Bench and Bamford, play Cody, Sissoko, or James. James, I think. Livramento or Semedo, who to play? Semedo. Semedo does get quite far forward a lot of the time, not always. Pi has a real pizza in Dublin. I'll try and remember that. I don't go to Dublin that often. It's like London. It's just so busy, you know? So busy. Then you have got the Lewis. It's kind of handy. The Lewis screwed us over last time we were there. We were up at the state. I don't know what it's called, but we were up at the station near the near the Guinness factory. And there was an announcement that came on, like not an automated one, that said there's been an issue on the track, and so there's severe delays. So we're like, should we wait? Should we not? So we started walking. Literally, as soon as we started walking, Lewis comes down the freaking hill. We thought, well, we can't catch up with it now. So we carry on walking. Straight away, another one. So that Lewis just screwed us over. So I've got, it's in my bad books, the Lewis system. Even though it's pretty good. I do think the underground's better though, because you have to like have a ticket to go on the underground. Like with the Lewis, anyone can just hang around it. You're on the Lewis listening to me. Happy days. The Lewis, by the way, is the tram system in Dublin, for anyone that doesn't know. Just in case you wanted to be educated about how the Dublin public transport system works on this FPL stream with 40 minutes to go to the deadline. It's Luas. Lewis. No, yeah, I don't know now. Anyway, I've got done that one, done that. Benchmark, yeah, done that one. Summary, how's it going? I've got 0.3 in the bank, 2 free transfers. Nice, 2 free transfers. Happy days this week. Then going to use in one transfer to take out Tony for a 4.5 non-starter. So next week can get Rudiger instead of Veltman. Okay. So you've got to do the move because you don't want to burn a transfer. If Tony's on your bench anyway, I don't mind that. I don't usually like making a downgrade before I want to use the money, but if you've got to do it to not if you've got to do it to not burn the transfer, then I definitely don't mind that. If Tony's on your bench, if you're playing him, then that is a bit annoying. Obviously. Dennis or Rondon, 1 week punt only before wildcard. I'd probably punt on Rondon, honestly. I know that sounds crazy. Rami, I've got Ronaldo, Lukaku, Salah. Should I take Grealish out to Antonio and Sissoko from? Yeah, you already asked that. I think I don't mind it. I don't think you have to do it, but it's okay. Yeah. Should I try a different captain or still keep up with the majority? That's up to you. Only you can decide that. How much of a risk do you want to take? I mean, it's not like the majority captains, Ronaldo and Salah, are bad this week, you know? I thought Lewis is a guy. No, Lewis is the tram system. Let's talk public transport. Yeah, let's talk about it. They screwed me over. Lewis equals speed in Irish. There you go. There you go. So not only are you getting... Let's not worry about early team sheets. Let's talk about the public transport system in Dublin. So not only are you learning what it's called, you're also learning what it means in Irish. It means speed. There you go. You work in Milano. Very nice. Do you work in the Milano in Galway? Is Salah not starting or something? No, he should be fine. Anyway, Bruno and Jimenez to CR7 and Gray and captain CR7 for a hit. Well, I wouldn't take out. I don't think you need to take out Jimenez for a hit, but if it's to get CR7 and captain him, I don't mind it. But I don't think you need to take Jimenez out for a hit. Is there no one else you can take out? 1 free transfer right now, 0.9 in the bank. Should I do Jota to start? I would just keep Jota this week. You can always do it next week if you need to. Andy humming to made up songs Saturday morning really relaxes me. I've got music on still. I've got the playlist on that I start the stream with. I keep it on in my ears or in my headphones, which go into my ears. I need some new headphones probably actually. Keep Pogba or get in Greenwood. I would just keep Pogba. I don't think it's a time to be buying Greenwood. If you've got him, he should start, so it's fine now. But I wouldn't be bringing him in. Janelle, thank you very much. Matthew, I'm going to captain Antonio. Convince me not to. I don't want to convince people not to. If you want to captain him, go for it. You know my thoughts on captaincy at this point. I think Ronaldo and Salah are better, but he's playing Leeds and Leeds are bad. So, Tram Network in Budapest robbed me. Did they? Okay. I don't want to start slandering public transport in other countries that I don't know about. I'm only slandering the Lewis system in Dublin because it screwed me over. But look, there probably was an issue on the line, so we'll forgive them. I mean, we got some more steps in, so it wasn't too bad. It was just so hot, that was the problem. Last time people captain Antonio, they got -2. I've seen a few people saying like they missed out on Antonio captain in game week 3. The difference was Ronaldo wasn't around. I think Salah played Chelsea, so it was completely different circumstances. Like, if Salah was playing Brentford and Ronaldo was playing Villa in Game Week 3, no one would have captained Antonio. Not to a massive extent, anyway. Who to play this week? Adam Armstrong. What? Adam Armstrong. You got to play him. Wolves at home. Got to. Fahad, thank you. Ben, start Rafinha or Dennis. Just because he's a doubt, I'd possibly start Dennis. Possibly. Best £4 million defender to transfer in. Whoa, you're really scraping the barrel at 4 million. I mean, I'm assuming this. If you can get to 4.2 million, then what's his name is probably the best. Livramento. Otherwise, Williams for Norwich is starting, but Norwich aren't going to get many clean sheets. Manquillo for Newcastle, he's not going to get many clean sheets either, but they're going to play at least by the looks of it. So probably Manquillo for Newcastle. I don't think there's anyone else that I'm missing. You're really scraping the barrel. I'd try and find an extra 0.2 million if you can. Should I take out Martinez this week? If you've got no other transfer, you could make a goalie transfer, but he should get some saves at least against Man United. He could block Ronaldo from scoring. Who knows? I'll be really annoyed if Brighton keep a clean sheet and I've not gone for the double up when it's been. Oh, I've had it all this week. Like, all this week I've had it on, but that's the way it is. Oh, oh no, Brighton aren't playing until Monday, are they? Oh Christ! So I'll know if my Foster clean sheet's gone today. I mean, yeah, I should really play Sanchez. Sanchez is the better option. How do I check? Oh, hang on a sec. No Wilson either for Newcastle. They've got St. Maximin though. I'm going to play him. I'm going to play him. I'm going to play the Sykin GK. Sorry. Rafinha for Sarr. You could do that. I don't think you need to do it if you've only got one free transfer. I mean, look, I do think Sarr, probably because of the doubt, is better over the next 2 weeks, if that helps you. Start Tony or Livramento. Tony, I think. Bamford, Traore to Jimenez, Sarr. Or should I keep Traore? I'd probably keep Traore rather than take a -4. Main things to consider if I was forced a wildcard. Get Chelsea players because they got a good fixture swing soon. Don't worry about the fact they're playing Man City this week. Your opinion on Gray versus Sarr? I think if I was picking someone for the long term, I'd go Sarr. If I was picking someone for this week, I'd probably go Gray, although Sarr could do just as well. So I think Sarr is the better player. Play 2 this week. Semedo, Luca Dean or Sofao. Luca Dean and Semedo. Luca Dean and Semedo, I think. I wouldn't like to bench Sofao really, though. I don't think there's necessarily a preferred... I mean, a lot of people are going to wildcard in Game Week 8, but there's not... I mean, everyone was saying Game Week 7 at the start of the season. Now everyone's changed to 8. Like, it's not a preferred week. It depends on your team. Some teams will need it this week. Like, if Trent was out this week and so was... And, like, Rafinha was definitely ruled out, then I'd probably wildcard this week, to be honest. Adama Traore or Raul Jimenez this week? Jimenez, always. Thoughts on Rondon? He's probably okay for this week, but he's not a long-term pick, I don't think. As soon as Calvert-Lewin's back, job done. Did Foster only come into the starting lineup due to Backman injury? Yeah, I think I think he was a doubt last week, Backman, because of injury, and he came in. So we'll see if he keeps his place. But Backman's another doubt again this week, so... Ben, if you're watching, which you're definitely not, let us know in the chat. Come make the changes. You always make last-minute changes. The fangs get stuck. What do you get stuck on? It's your team. If you want to make your transfer now, make your transfer now. What's stopping you? Countless times I've kind of mentioned what transfer I'm going to probably do. So I don't really know what the issue is. On wildcard, set Maximin, Duffy, Gray, or Armstrong, Alonso. Definitely the second one, I think. Dun, 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 dun. Intelligence unit on Twitter. Is that football unit? No. Dun, 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 dun. Pookie or Semedo? You got to play Pookie, surely. Surely. Bamford. Tyler, there's no way I'm going to process this. Like, Bamford to Vardy transfer for free. This week for free. Next week, Vardy to Lukaku. Jota to Saar for -4. Or Bamford to Lukaku. Jota to Saar this week for -4. Then Shaw to Rudiger. I can't process like that many different things. Like, I haven't thought about your team as much as you have. My initial instinct though is if you're bringing a player in just to get rid of him next week, like, it's just probably not worth it. Especially if it then means you have to take a -4. I don't know why you take Jota out for a -4. I guess it's to fund Lukaku. I don't like either of those two moves, to be honest. I guess the Lukaku one sets you up better, so that one if you have to do it. But it depends. Like they're two different scenarios. Next week you're either going to get Saar or Lukaku, or you're going to get Rudiger. So what plan works better for your team? And the second one seems slightly better for me, but it's hard to know for sure. I haven't thought about your team as much. That makes sense. Great channel, Joe. Selling Bamford, Jimenez and Livramento versus move towards big at the back with King and Cancelo. It depends what you want to do long term. Again, I would just go Jimenez, I think. It depends if you've got a wild card, though. Going for someone like Cancelo is not bad, but I think Jimenez is pretty fine. Duncan, play for... You're not benching Lukaku, right? You can't put players like Lukaku in who to play. Like, play 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's bench 3. Come on, like, you're not benching Lukaku, right? So it's not a serious question, right? I think you've got to play Gallagher, and then probably Duffy and Matip. Yeah, Duffy and Matip. You downgraded Trent to Matip to make funds available to beat price rises. What do you need the funds for? Bring him back. I mean, that sounds like a bit of a mess. I mean, possibly if you got a free transfer, you could get Trent back, but I wouldn't worry about it if you've done it now. Fabio, thank you very much. Omar, on Wildcard, should I take a punt on Begovic for 1 week? No, I wouldn't take 1 week punts. I mean, I guess if he's your second keeper, you could do it, yeah. But I mean, Foster, the thing is now with Foster, there is a chance that he just keeps his place. So I think if I was on a wildcard, I'd probably just put him in. Same, I got a good feeling about this week. I'm still a coin flip between Salah and Ronaldo. Thoughts on Trent captain? I just wouldn't do it. Like Trent's a perfectly good captain this week, but Salah and Ronaldo are just better. Foster over Sanchez, because I think it's close. So I'm just going to hedge my bets on the clean sheets. That's all. FIFA gameplay seems fine, but I'm just rubbish. I am just rubbish. I keep losing. I like playing online. I like playing against other people, but I'm just rubbish. I really find it hard to create goal scoring opportunities, to be honest. Is Captain Antonio Southampton? No. Please rank order so Maximum will pay Wood, Pookie, Ings, Armstrong. I'm not going to rank all those. What I would say is long term Armstrong. I'm not going to rank them like 1 to 7, right? But long term, I think Armstrong is good. Ings, just no interest at all. If you want a bit more short term, then Wood or Sir Maximin. Gray or Gallagher in for so foul. Gray for this week, Gallagher probably longer term. Saar definitely in for -4. Do I ship Torres or Rafinha? I think Torres. Play Reece James or Livramento. Reece James already jumped and taken out Rafinha for Saar for free transfer. To avoid having Gilmore start, should I take out Bamford for -4? Yeah, you could do that rather than play Gilmore. Someone like Jimenez looks good. Antonio for captain, surely. Go for it. Salah, Antonio, CR7 for captain. I mean, asking me which of those three to captain, like, the answer is on screen. Like, I own all 3 of them, so the answer is on screen. And I'm not going to change my mind. Like, if someone asks, I'm not going to sell it. Well, actually, I think Salah's better. Because if Salah was better, I'd change him to captain. And it is close between the two, like I've said all week. But I'm going for Ronaldo. Who to replace, Jota or Ferran Torres? I would replace Ferran Torres first, personally. Am I concerned that Leeds will not be able to perform as well with all the injuries, and will it make Rafinha less interesting? Possibly, but at the same time, they could just have Bamford out. Ayling and Rafinha could play. There's obviously some doubts about it, but and losing Bamford's not great at all. Like, he's a really good player, but I'm not that concerned. Like, not to the point where I want to take him out for a -4 anyway. If you have Ultimate, you can pre-download and place it. I've got the full game already. Don't get itchy feet on what? I'm not getting itchy feet on anything. I'm pretty happy, to be honest. Is it good for a -4 for 3 weeks straight? Won a wildcard game week 14. If the -4 is needed for your team and it's the right move, then there's no problem with it. Guinness or Peroni? Peroni. I'm not a fan of Guinness. I'm sorry, Ireland. I'm sorry. Play Torres or Livramento? Torres. Captain Gray or Antonio? Gray? Come on, no way. Surely not. It's got to be Antonio out of those two, I think. Why do you love Rafinha so much? He's just a really good option. Rafinha will be 8 million next year. I don't think he'll be 8 million, but I do think he was. I do think 6.5 is quite cheap. Then again, if he keeps getting injured and not getting points, he might be 6.5 again. Your team needs help. Maybe a little bit. Siren for Torres. Love it. Ronaldo, Antonio and Gallagher for Aubameyang, Jesus and Pogba. Yeah, I kind of love that too, especially if it's for a -4. I'm not sure about a -8. Patrick, thank you for becoming a member. Michael, on wildcard, best 7-minute Armstrong. Sanchez versus Ramsdale. I still think I'd probably... I don't know. Look, if you're confident that Ramsdale's not going to miss games, then Ramsdale. But I just don't know if I'm completely... I don't know if I'm completely satisfied about that, so I'd probably go Sanchez. Will you ever work for Pro Evo Soccer? Probably not, but you never know, right? Bamford to Jimenez or Rafinha to Sarr. Wildcard game week 8. I think you've got to take out the one that's definitely injured. Rafinha could play. If I had to play Livramento, would you still... If I had to play Livramento, would you still do Bamford to Jimenez? I don't get that. So if you do Bamford to Jimenez, you still got to play Livramento. Oh, sorry. So you're saying, would you do Bamford to Jimenez? I don't know how long Bamford's out for. You could play Livramento and bench Bamford and then hope he's back next week. And if not, just make the same move. I don't think there's a problem playing Livramento over Bamford. Have Sarr, do I still take out Torres or roll? You could roll. It depends if you've got any other moves you want to do. Bamford to Jimenez. Pookie sent Max to... Yeah, Jimenez. Fenko. Yeah, for me. Depends. If you're going for a short-term punt, I think Chris would possibly. But I think Jimenez has got 2 better fixtures overall. Like Southampton, Newcastle versus Leicester, Norwich. Like, don't get me wrong, Chris Wood could be a really nice punt for game week 7 if you're wildcard in game week 8. But I'm going for Jimenez, so I've got to stick with that. What have I done? Oh, the chat's really weird. Like, it's suddenly just going massively up. Damaris Assar, nice. Richarlison's captain, Antonio -4. Nice. 7.2 midfield option. Have Torres already. Sarr. I mean, if you want to go Arsenal, you could go for Saka maybe, but probably Sarr. Gaming 8 wildcard with 5 at the back. Trent, Rudiger, Alonso, Diaz, Cancelo. It's too much for me. 4 at the back, possibly, though. I might go 4 at the back, but still have like 4 good midfielders and 3 good strikers. So I've got a bench option every week. Might help a little bit. I mean, right now, the people that went with an extra couple of good bench players are finding it very much easier to manage the likes of Bamford this week. Will I ever do Sky Sports fantasy football videos? Probably not. I don't know the game as much as other people. Don't forget, keep hitting that like button if you've been enjoying the stream this one. Obviously, hit subscribe as well if you are new around here. Townsend for Jota or hold. You got. I don't get why. So everyone's like really wants to get rid of him. No, it's 11 a.m. deadline this season and last season actually. I think they moved the deadlines forward by half an hour. Traore to Saar or Bamford to Wood. I think you've got to go Bamford out. Like Traore's going to play. Bamford and... Well, he should play anyway. Bamford and Bruno to Ronaldo and Saar for -4. Yeah, love that. Still got Luka Dean. Worth a shot against Norwich before I ship or start Livramento. I'd start Luka Dean. I think like he was back training. So, I mean, there is a chance that he misses out. But I don't see it as a massive situation where he doesn't start but then comes on. So I'd probably just start him. I think he's playing Norwich. You've got to, I think. Bamford for Antonio or Jimenez. I mean, if you've not got Antonio, that's such an easy move this week, honestly. Transfer Ben-Rama in for Rafinha, 1 free transfer. No, I wouldn't do it, especially if you've used your wild card. You've got Duffy coming in, that's not a problem. You're getting Ben-Rama, fear of missing out. Trust me, I've got that too, but just got to hope for the best. Let's just hope he doesn't get another freaking deflected shot. What do you think of Rondon as a 1 week punt? Yeah, I don't mind it. Timothy, thank you. Azaro, thank you very much. Member 7 months, absolutely mad. I think that's new, telling me when people's subscription, when their membership renews. I think that must be new. It's a bit like Twitch. Using Gameweek, Wildcard, Gameweek, anything bad about rolling the transfer? If your team's fine, then you can roll the transfer. You can go for 2 punts next week. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But obviously, if you're definitely Wildcard and Gameweek and there's something you need to do this week, you'd be more inclined to do it. But if your team's fine, don't worry about rolling. You just get to do something interesting next week. That's all. Captain Antonio Salah. Salah. Again, answers on the screen. Salah's vice, Ronaldo's captain, Antonio's nothing. Amati to Ben White or Livramento to have him and Duffy as cover for Torres and Rafinha. Livramento. Keep the money out of that, I think, that position. Or just Rafinha to Saar. And thus Duffy covers for Torres. No, I'd probably just do Amati to Livramento, I think. Need to clear out one. Although, to be honest, yeah. Need to clear out 1.5 million. Downgrade Bruno or Rafinha. I mean, there's a big difference there in price. Like, if you downgrade Rafinha, there's hardly anyone you can go for. If you downgrade Bruno, you can go for loads of players. So, probably Bruno long term. Sam, thank you. Livramento, Duffy, Christensen, or Tanganga in back 3 this week to play with Trent. Duffy and Livramento, I think. Yeah, somebody posted about Rafinha starting. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know if that's a good source or not, so I'm not going to share it. I don't know if this person has had previous... it's just someone that a few people follow, so maybe he is legit. It's nothing against him. I just don't know. I don't follow him. Not seen him before. But, yeah, maybe. It does say Rafinha is starting, but I don't know how legit it is. It's nothing against the person, I just don't know. And there's so many people that just do fake team news. What I do know is I know who I'll be blocking if he doesn't start. Should I bench Rafinha? No, just play Rafinha. If you've got him, just play him. Should I take out Jimenez for Antonio for a -4? No. No. Honestly, that amount of emojis is just so annoying. Don't spam emojis. It doesn't make me want to answer or look at it anymore. Mason Greenwood starts according to odds on FPL, which we kind of knew he'd probably start anyway, but that is good. It's good to know. Oh, they're using Calvin Phillips on the tweet for the Leeds match today. Long term, who should I replace Ings with? Tony. That's very long term though. I'd probably go for Adam Armstrong as like a more medium term move. Siren for Grealish or Torres? Torres, I think. Oh, I don't know, actually. I mean, Grealish has started every game, so yeah, probably for Torres, but if Torres starts at the number 9, then you love him, right? You're captaining Dan James. Are you, though? Are you really? What differences are there in your membership tiers? Nothing. So if you want to go for one, go for the lower one. Unless you happen to want to give more money. That's up to you. Should I transfer out Fernandes and Bamford to Ronaldo, Lukaku and Siren for -4? Yeah, I like that move. I really do. A lot of people are doing that. Who'd sell first, Grealish or Jota? Oh, that's so tough. Like, if you're going to wildcard soon, then probably Grealish. He's got 2 tough fixtures now, but he is pretty nailed so far anyway. And Jota's got a nice fixture this week. If you're wildcarding Game Week 8, I'd sell Grealish. Yeah, I'll probably make a transfer. I've got 15 minutes to go. We're all Gucci. We're all Gucci. Fenko, becoming a member. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wildcard this week. Which 2 to go besides Trent long term? Diaz, Cancelo, Rudiger, or Alonso? Probably Alonso and Rudiger, I think. The Cycling GK or Saar in goal. I'm going to say the Cycling GK. Come on, let's get behind the Cycling GK. If he gets a clean sheet, we're going to be loving it. I'm not going to be able to... I don't know if I want to do the Match of the Day challenge. Oh. What do you think about Welbeck? I don't like Welbeck as an option. Gallagher's okay as a cheap option. Why Foster over Sanchez? Is Foster confirmed to start? He's not confirmed to start, but Backman's potentially got an injury, so yeah. So hopefully he will start. If not, then Backman plays and Sanchez comes off the bench, I guess. Davern, thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully we'll hit 250k subscribers next, well, not next month necessarily, but before the end of the season. So keep hitting that subscribe button, keep hitting that like button if you're enjoying it. It really does help out, so thank you very much. Who am I going to change Rafinha and Bamford to? I'm not changing Rafinha, I'm keeping him. And just if he doesn't play, I'm hoping that someone off my bench gets some minutes. Am I making a mistake not selling Mason Mount? Got him in Game Week 4 and this will be the 3rd blank, but I think I want him from Game Week 7. Not necessarily. If you've got a squad that can cope with it, that's absolutely fine. But obviously you know he's missing out this week. It's just a minor injury apparently. Although we have heard before like minor injury and then like players don't start. Remember, who was it? I can't remember who it was now actually. It was, I feel like it was one of the fullbacks for Spurs maybe? Or maybe it was actually just Lamptey. But yeah, I don't know. Adam Armstrong or Jimenez. I think if you want to hedge your bets or go for a bit more of a short-term play, it's Jimenez. If you want to go for a long-term move, I think Adam Armstrong's better. He takes money out of your forward line as well. Like next week, basically, I'm not going to have any Chelsea players next week. That does worry me a little bit. Because if I get Jimenez in, I won't have the money. I could do Greenwood out, potentially, for Benrahma. Take a hit and get a Chelsea defender in. I'll see. I'll see how I'm feeling next week. We got 12 minutes to the deadline. Ronaldo or Lukaku for Game Week 6 and 7. Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo's better for the next 2. I've said that all along though. Like my opinion hasn't really massively changed on that. I took out Rafinha for Saar way before, and I had to do Bamford 10 minutes for -4. Oh, wildcard in Game Week anyway. Was that a good move? Time will tell. Don't panic about it now. You've done it. Happy days. Yeah, I've seen the Greenwood starting tweet. I've retweeted it. I mean, we all knew he was going to start anyway, so that's just nice confirmation, right? He didn't start midweek, so I'm more interested to know about Greenwood kind of next week and the week after, because if he starts against Everton and Leicester, I could see myself keeping him for a couple more weeks. We'll see. I mean, everyone's convinced now that because Ronaldo's in the team, Greenwood's not an option, so we'll see. Livramento, Sice, or Reguilon to start. I've done my Ultimate Fan team. Yeah, I took Bamford out, obviously. I think I'm playing Kane. I think I just put Kane as captain. Let me see. I'll have a look now. Sarr instead of Saka, yeah, for me, yeah. Thoughts on -4 for swapping Mount to Greenwood? I don't think now's the right time to bring Greenwood in, to be honest. I'm not saying you can't take out Mount, but I'm not sure about that. Play one Duffy or Livermento. Duffy. Why not bench Bamford this week and upgrade Simicast? Yeah, so I could do that. I could get Livermento in. But I think it just delay. Like, what if Bamford's out next week as well? Then I've got to deal with it next week. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I think whatever move I make, I think it slows down my Chelsea plans. So I've probably got a wildcard in Game Week 8 anyway. But yeah, you're right. You could just upgrade Simicast. So I could do Simicast to Livermento, play him instead of Bamford, and just do that. And then next week. But I just think, like, if I have a quick look on live FPL, I just think that slows down all the rest of my moves a bit. Yeah, I've got Harry Kane, Golden Boot, and Bruno Fernandes. And I've put Townsend in my Ultimate Fan team as well. Is St. Maximin on pens? I don't actually know, if I'm completely honest. Let me see where he lines up. I don't know if he's ever taken one for them. Callum Wilson, then Joelinton, then Richie. Yeah, St. Maximin, probably not. Let me just quickly have a look at the Livermento move, because I have thought about it already, but maybe I didn't put it into the transfer planner. I wish we knew if Bamford was back next week. I wish he'd said he's not playing this week, he'll be back next week. He just didn't say that. He just had to not say it. So Simicast to Livermento, because I've got 0.4 million in the bank, so I'm not completely broke. Not yet, anyway. Veltman in, Antonio in for Bamford. So save that team. And then, I know I'm looking at this on another screen, I'm sorry. Game Week 7, you bench Livermento, you play Bamford. And I've got no money in the bank. So the problem with that move is it doesn't let me get a Chelsea player next week, so I'd have to roll anyway. So I feel like getting Jimenez and then potentially rolling in Game Week 7 is better. Like, Livermento just doesn't help me anymore. The only thing it would help is that I'd have Bamford against Watford, which would be nice. But then I'd have Jimenez against Newcastle anyway, so it's not that bad. So no, I'm not going to do that move. If I had more money, then possibly I would do that. It's a good thought though, Sam. It really is. How do you view more pairs of viable FPL option over St. Maximin or Bamford? I mean, Bamford, if he was fit, is the one. But I probably would bring in more pay before St. Maximin. Just saying. I have Sanchez just thinking of starting Livermento over Veltman. Thoughts? You could do that. I think Veltman's better though. On wildcard and kept Rafinha, play him or Rudiger. Play him. Check your tweet. Yeah, no, I've already retweeted your Greenwood thing. I mean, Greenwood and Ronaldo starting is. I guess we kind of knew that, right? We kind of knew that. It's good to get confirmation on Greenwood. But I think, like I said just a minute ago, I really want confirmation in a couple of weeks, really. I mean, next week would be handy. Is he playing against Everton? 2 play out of Livermento, Duffy, Marcel. Duffy, Marcel, I think. Dun. Has anyone got a good source for Rafinha starter though? Like one that we've, I don't know. Maybe the person that's saying it's like proper decent. Maybe he has got news. I just don't know. Start Foster and Veltman versus Sanchez and Tony. I don't get that. What has Tony got to do with Foster and Veltman? I'm so confused about that. Well, you could start Foster and Tony. Start Dele or Dele Alli or wait, who was the other one? Or Mahrez. I don't think Mahrez is going to start, so I think you got to play Dele Alli. I think Jesus could definitely start this one. Mahrez has gone like so downhill, hasn't he? Really. Dele Alli should play at least. So, Aiden, what transfer would I do? That's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what transfers to make. Sanchez, Foster, Trent. I mean, the team looks pretty good to me. It almost looks like a wildcard team, to be honest with you. Team looks really nice. Game Week 7 wildcard, I'm not sure. Worry about that in Game Week 7. Dennis or Benrahma. Start White or Livermento. When will I use free hit? Probably more when we get into like blanks and double game weeks and stuff like that. Super chat. Oh, okay, sounds. Darren, thank you. Sashit, thank you. What's your fan team looking like? I can't remember what moves I did now. It's looking fine now. I think I made one transfer. I think I did Tony to Jimenez possibly, and that was it. And I've still got another free transfer. I'm just going to roll it. Any news on how long Bamford's out for? There isn't. No. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is, I guess. Do. Cavani on the bench. Ronaldo might not play the full 90. Let's see. I'm not convinced it's a massive issue just yet, to be honest with you. Start Cody or Livramento. Livramento. Son in for Fernandes for a slight long run, then Bamford in for Vardy's differential. I don't have Ronaldo. Yeah, nice. I mean, personally, I would want Ronaldo, but a bit of differential play. If that's the way you want to go for it. Captain Salah or Ronaldo? Well, I'm going to go for Ronaldo. It's very close. I just think he's at home. That's it. Already took Bamford out for set maximum. Worth doing Rafinha to Salah for -2. That would be nice, wouldn't it? No, I don't think so. DG, thank you. Corey, bench one. Corey, I hope you're not taking that -12. Corey messaged me this morning on the Patreon WhatsApp, and he was like, do I take this -8 or -12? And I looked at the team and thought, you don't need to take a hit at all. So it'd be interesting to see what you did, Corey. Bench one, Trossard. You ain't benching Trossard, are you? I know you're not. Morpay, Rudiger or Semedo? Probably Rudiger. Got 2 free transfers. Should I transfer out Rafinha for Saar? You could do that, yeah, if you got 2 free transfers, especially if you're wildcarding soon. What's your ultimate fan team? It is... I don't know. It's Townsend... Oh, I can't remember now. It's Townsend, Kane, Golden Boot. Yeah, it's Morpay, Townsend, Kane, Golden Boot, Bruno Fernandes, captain, Luke Shaw, Luca Dean, and Man United team. I think it looks pretty nice this week, to be honest with you. Make your... Goodbye, Sam, you idiot. 8 hit for Lukaku and Rudiger next week or wildcard. Probably wildcard, to be honest. Or probably just not get those. Like, Chelsea don't suddenly become like must-own from next week. They're really good options, but you can wait a little bit longer. Start Rudiger or Semedo. Semedo. I don't have any issues playing... I don't have any issues playing like Man City or Chelsea defenders against each other, but there are probably some better options in a lot of people's teams. So it depends on who you've got. So for some people, it will be a case of play them, but some people, it's like you can bench. How's my son's team? Oh, I don't know if he's made his moves. I don't know if he's made his moves this week. Oh, no. I'll message him now, but he's going to miss it. It's too late now. I'm not going to message him. Hang on. The thing is, he's got access to it on his... He's got access to it on his own phone now, so... So I can't be held responsible now for not logging in on my phone. I'll have my transfer done, don't you worry. Maybe I've already done my transfer. Maybe I've already done the transfer I've spoken about all week. Maybe I'm just going to let other people do theirs without having to see mine first. Who knows? We are like 1 minute away from the deadline. This music's great, actually, that I got in my headphones. It's not locked yet. We're not locked yet. Is there any last minute team news? Any last minute Rafinha stuff. There isn't. I don't think the deadline has passed yet. Simicast. Is Simicast starting this week? Will I have Simicast in my lineup? Oh, we're locked. We're locked. All right. We're in. As I said, Jimenez is in for Bamford. Jimenez is in. Ailing on the bench. Basuma on the bench. I'm keeping Rafinha. And I've got Ronaldo captain. Obviously. And the Foster, the cycling GK is in. Will I regret that? We'll see. We'll see. Bally. Big balls. Antonio captain. Good luck. Good luck. Got Jimenez last week. Still regret it. Breaking news. My mate Dave works for the Premier League. Just came off conference call. Ronaldo, Salah, Trent all hamstring down. Good job you said that after the deadline. I would have had to ban you, boys. Oh, if Bamford starts next week, I'm crying. I just... One goal, Jimenez. I'll take one goal, no bonus points. Right now, if you said to me, Jimenez 6 points, I'd take it. I'd absolutely take it. I think that team looks alright. I'm a little bit concerned about not having Ben Rama, to be honest. But otherwise, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. What do you mean, surely that's not your final team? What's wrong with it? Honestly, I really would like to talk to some people that look at this team and think like it's awful. Like the amount of times I've been told this team needs a wild card. It's madness. It's madness. Did Gundogan to Sarr was tempted by Gallagher? Mark, to be honest, Gundogan to Sarr is a much better move in my opinion. I just don't think Gallagher can keep up anything like the returns the last few weeks. I think he's fine, but I think that's it. He's just fine. I think Sarr is better. But who knows? Again, maybe I'll eat my words. Cresswell Captain is going to score. I actually looked up potentially getting Cresswell in next week, but I can't quite afford it. So we'll see. We shall see. But thank you very much for watching this morning. Appreciate it. I need to go and eat because I'm not eating so far. Your team is a bit punty. What's punty about it? What's punty about this team? There's nothing punty about it, is there? I feel like this is about as template as it gets. Sarr, everyone's getting him this week. Jimenez maybe, but whatever. He plays 90 minutes. He starts pretty much every game. Hopefully he keeps starting. I mean, he has played 90 minutes, so hopefully he'll be fine. But yeah, we'll see. Rafinha is maybe an issue, but yeah. Night Slayer, I didn't ignore it. I've only just seen it, but it came out after the deadline, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I mean, why would you start Simicast who's probably not going to play over St. Maximin? You got to start St. Maximin, right? And who for captain? It doesn't matter. The deadline's gone. Imagine if Sarr starts from the bench. Sarr never starts from the bench. There's no worries about that at all. Oh, Ben went for Wood. Ben went for Chris Wood. Oh, I might regret that. Chris Wood, Norwich at home next week. I did think about it. And the thing is, if I'd gone for Chris... No. Don't start being annoyed at moves now. The thing with Chris Wood is it would have let me get a Chelsea defender next week. I could have got Chris Wood, you're right. No, I could have done. I'll accept that. Leicester away, Norwich. But then it's Man City. Okay, that's pretty bad. And then it's Southampton away. No, I'm quite glad with my move. Right. I think I'm off. Do keep hitting that like button if you enjoy the stream. It is really appreciated. Before you all go, good luck this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to be active on Twitter today. I might do the Match of the Day challenge. I'm going to decide later. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Just one goal, Jimenez. That's all I'm asking for. Anyway, yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Good luck this week. I will catch you later. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Goodbye. Good luck. Enjoy your weekend outside of FPL as well. Enjoy your walk. I will definitely get my steps in today. See you later on.